and welcome back. I am going to be getting ready. We have some company coming over for dinner tonight, and I decided to make my pasta with a tomato cream sauce. Now, it's not really mine, it's the Pioneer Woman's, and it is fantastic, and I will show you how to put it together. So let's get started. First, I'm making the sauce, so it's going to need some tomato sauce, some chopped onions. Oh, I forgot to get the garlic, but I have garlic as well. That's important. You'll need some olive oil, heavy whipping cream, Parmesan cheese, little sugar, salt, and pepper, and you're kind of gonna let it go into a pot, and I'll show you. To my pot, I have the olive oil and the butter, and now I'm going to add the minced garlic. Now it says in the recipe that will be at the end of the video, 4 cloves, but I'm doubling this. So I'm going to put 8 or about 4. Depends, somewhere between 4 and 8. Depends on how much the smell is going to be needed. So I'm gonna have another jar here. It smells great already. So I'm gonna do about 6. And then I'm gonna need to put in some onion. And all I'm doing is toasting it up. And I think the onions and the garlic is preference. You know, some people really love it and want a lot of it. And some people just need a hint of it. So it's really up to you. So this is starting to look and smell divine. And pretty soon we're just going to add the sauce in with the other spices. Totally easy. Now we're just going to add in 4 cans of this tomato sauce. And because I'm doubling the recipe, but for your family, you'll just need the 2 cans. But because we're expecting people to come over, I'm doubling it. And then that's pretty much it. And then you're just gonna let it come to a simmer for about 25 minutes. And then I'll show you what I do when it's done. While the sauce is going, I thought I could set up the table. So my sauce has come to a complete cook, like it's all the garlic and onions have fused through the tomato sauce. So I put it in this pan. I realized I needed to transfer it over because I was going to be adding some more ingredients and that pot was full. So before I do that, I feel like I need to address this. This is a bruise. It's been like a week and it's getting better. It doesn't hurt anymore and I have no idea how I did it. I think it might be because I carried my 5-year-old to bed and I think he got me kind of good with his head like jolting once, I guess, because I can't think of what else it could be. Okay, so back to the recipe. I'm not hurt, it's all good. So this is the sauce, and to that, the recipe calls for 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, but because I'm doubling it, I'm going to be putting 2 cups. So it's just this whole container, and actually this is gonna turn it to like an orangey color, and it's so good. So then I'm just gonna mix that in, and then you just put as much parm as you'd like. If you have one of those Costco size ones, you can do a good amount. But I just got one from Walmart, and I am just going to put most of it in. I'm gonna save some for the top to garnish, but pretty much this is going to kind of make it super yummy. It's gonna kind of melt in a little bit too. And this is where I'm going to be mixing in the pasta. So I'll be using fettuccine, about 2 boxes of fettuccine. And I have a beautiful plate to transfer it to, and it will go on our table. So this is looking so good. Here's an up close of the orange sauce. So delicious. And I won't be making the pasta for a little while, for like an hour or so. So if it even comes to where it cools down, this I can just reheat it through in this pot, in this pan skillet. So it's all good. Along with our dinner, I'm just cutting up a couple of French loaves and putting butter on them, and I'm gonna toast them up almost to extra crispy, almost a burn. Now, I like it because I think it tastes like, doesn't taste just like butter. It almost tastes a little bit like cheesy. And so I'll just put it on the oven, like 375, 400, and it's okay if this is not at, if it's not hot. You know, we can have it on the table. It can be like room temperature. It's totally good. It'll be good to dip in the sauce. Yum. I just pulled out the bread. Yum. It smells amazing. And I've already cut up a loaf, so I'll have 2 of those on the table. But look, they're just like little breadsticks. Super yummy, a little extra crispy. So good. I just finished cooking the fettuccine, and all I'm doing now is just mixing it all together. Now, we're not just having pasta. My husband is grilling some chicken, and so we're gonna have some blackened chicken. I'll cut up into little strips, and then we can put it on top of the pasta. So good. So let me show you. It's just gonna be an easy mix, and it's so good. So like you're gonna be doing 1 box of pasta, and then really could be any pasta. Also, but this is 2, so I'll have leftovers probably for the next day or so. If you want to build and make some ahead, just make the sauce. And I've done that before where I've doubled the recipe, doubled the sauce, put half in the freezer, and then just thawed it out whenever I wanted. And that was easy to do. So it's easy to make the sauce, and it's so delicious. You could even probably just bake it with chicken. So good. And this is it. And I have a beautiful dish to put it in. And it will just be all over. So my goal is to get pasta on one side, chicken on the other, and some tongs for everybody to just serve. Another thing we're having is a green salad. I love to just put, along with the vegetables, are apples. So today I have green apples in here. It gives it a little sweetness. Since my family doesn't like dressing, the apple makes it nice and sweet, a different flavor to just the greens. I also, since my family doesn't like dressing, I prefer to make my dressing just because I think it just tastes more fresh than in a bottle. And today we'll have croutons, and I also made these croutons. They're just plain, but I had some leftover bread from when I made the breakfast casserole for Christmas Eve. And so I had some leftovers, so made those into just some plain croutons. So yum. Here's Paul. He's my griller. So, hey. Let me take a look at these chickens. Looks like they're almost done.
Yeah, they're done. We're going to take them off the grill and let them sit for a while before we cut into them.
We did marinate these, right? I put that.
They're a little darker because there's a rub on them. So, or a seasoning mix anyway. So they're a little darker.
Okay, great. And he loves grilling, so he makes a lot of our meals out here, especially when it's warmer. A little chilly today, huh?
A little bit.
Here's our table all set up. We're ready to eat, and they'll be here any minute. So we have our salad, and we have our pasta with the chicken inside. I decided to mix it together. And our yummy rolls. I'm so hungry. And for dessert, our homemade brownies, and we'll have them a la mode. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad you came by. Please like and subscribe, and I'll have more videos rolling out very soon. You never know what I'll be rolling out next.